Okay, it has happened. Arne Slot has left Liverpool, and I've been meaning to do this video, but I've been stalling it because I have a lot to say. I have almost too much to say that I did not quite know how to structure it, how to say it, man. So Arne Slot, man, yeah. When the news was announced that Arne Slot is stepping down as the Liverpool manager, he's getting sacked. I when I was thinking about him getting sacked, I thought that I'd be so happy, but I am not happy. It does not feel good. Earlier, I thought that I would start doing party or something when Arne Slot gets sacked, but now when it has actually happened, I just feel down. I just feel a bit low that it has not turned out as it should have been. It hasn't worked out for Arne Slot at Liverpool. And I've been one of the most vocal haters of Arne Slot's football. I am one of the haters of slot ball. I've been saying a lot of mean and a lot of harsh things to Arne Slot all throughout the season. And now all that I feel is regret. For some reason, I regret whatever I said. I mean, I don't quite feel sorry for the manager, but for the man, I do feel sorry. I read that letter that Arne Slot has written for Liverpool fans. What I can say is that it is class. It's really class. He has spoken about how the Liverpool had to deal as a team, as a unit about with Diogo Jota's passing away, and he was class in his dealing with Diogo's passing away. And actually, when Arne Slot came into Liverpool, he used to be really cool. He used to be this cool guy, cool Dutch guy who used to just make a few tweaks here and there and make Liverpool win games. But I don't know how it went so wrong. How it went so wrong. If you start analyzing it from the first game that he took charge of us, we saw him at Ipswich, and Liverpool made a slow start to the game against Ipswich, but in the second half, we came all guns blazing, and it seemed like Arne Slot made a few changes during the halftime, which worked out really well, and his team talk really worked out really well, and that became the template of last season, the previous season. I mean, the title-winning season, when Arne Slot's team used to start slow, but then in the second half, he used to make a few changes, and suddenly we were shifting gears and we were winning games, we were making comebacks, and we were strangling the opposition, and we were winning them quite comfortably, and this was our template towards winning the title. But you know what, something switched during that PSG game, when we played good football but yet we could not deliver the result. That made Arne Slot change and compromise his principles, and ever since that game I have not seen Liverpool having a particular identity. Arne Slot's Liverpool does not have a defined philosophy. His tactics are understandable. His tactics are 4-3-3, slow build up, but his philosophy is not quite known. Like, you see, tactics and philosophy are two different things. If you think about Jurgen Klopp, then Jurgen Klopp's philosophy is gegenpressing. It's not tactics. Jurgen Klopp uses many different formations and many different tactics, but his core philosophy remains gegenpressing. If you think about Arne Slot, you can point out his tactics as 4-3-3 and build up play, but you can't really point out his philosophy of football. So that is something that he compromised too much on, and that should not have happened. He should have stuck by his idea of football and then evolved his tactics around it, not the other way around. Don't stick to tactics and evolve your philosophy. You have to stick to philosophy and evolve your tactics. That's what Arne Slot got wrong, in my opinion, apart from all his man management and everything else. But what happened to him was he was being compared with machine, Jurgen Klopp, like an emotional machine that Jurgen Klopp was. So Arne Slot was never winning that battle. So, and to be fair to him, he did not even try to become like Jurgen Klopp. But Liverpool fans kind of craved that. And it's not just didn't just start with Jurgen Klopp, but Liverpool is an emotional fan base, and you have to cater to that. And Arne Slot made zero effort to cater to the emotional needs of the Liverpool fan base. He had to make a greater connection with Liverpool fans, but he failed in doing so. And yeah, so even so, I had my concerns during the first season, but since we won the title, all these concerns were brushed away. And during the second season also, we had a shaky start, but we were getting the results, and the mood inside the stadium was good because we were making these comeback wins. There were 5 consecutive comeback wins during the start of the season. But where it switched in my head, in my opinion, was the dealing with Federico Chiesa, because Federico Chiesa made a few impactful appearances in the first half of the season, in the first few games, but yet he was not given a fair chance. That's where Arne Slot got on my nerves, and ever since that time, I started looking at his man management with a microscope. So everything that he did, I started analyzing in that point of view, and everything that he did wrong, I started criticizing. I started going after his tactics. I started going after his man management. I started going after every small thing that he does. So if it was some other manager, yeah, like Jurgen Klopp, if even if he got some major thing wrong, we would just brush it away, saying that it's a blip. But in case of Arne Slot, the blips kept on accumulating. For starters, I've actually made a video listing out 100 reasons why Arne Slot deserves the sack. Do I regret it? I absolutely do, because this is not the Liverpool way, and I agree to that. A lot of people said to me that Liverpool fans don't do this, and I'm sorry, Arne Slot, for doing this. I don't know, man. I just don't feel that happy as I expected I would feel. I feel really sad for doing all this to a man. After all, he's a human being, and he does not deserve he does not deserve the hate, I would say. But I mean, he has done a lot of wrong things, but now that he's gone, I feel bad, man. I feel bad. So I don't know what to do about this. This is really sad. I wished it worked out during the initial parts of this season. I really wished that it would turn around and Arne Slot would learn something from his mistakes and Arne Slot would turn this around, but it did not happen. There was no sign of it happening. That's the main issue. There was no sign of any improvement. So on what basis were we going to give him another chance? What did we see in this season that warranted another chance? There was nothing. Maybe there were few games which we can count on fingers, like the Real Madrid game, Aston Villa home, and then there was a Galatasaray comeback at home. These are some of the games where we looked really good, and also maybe the Newcastle game. But in most parts, we were not good. In fact, we were horrible. And it's not just that we were losing games. We lost 20 games, but it wasn't just about that. It was mainly the fact that we were being the second best in all those games that we lost, and also in those games which we won, we were more likely the second best, and we were winning them being lucky. We finished in a Champions League position, but we just hobbled to that. We didn't really win it on we didn't really deserve to be in the Champions League this season, to be honest with you. And also, I'm sure that history will be kinder to Arne Slot, because when if someone opens the history books after 10 years and then he sees that a new Liverpool manager winning the league in his first season, reaching the round of 16 of the Champions League, reaching the League Cup final, and in the second season he reached the quarterfinals of the Champions League and finished qualified for the Champions League, and also reached, I think, the semi-final or quarterfinals of the FA Cup or the League Cup. FA Cup, I guess it was. We got knocked out of the League Cup to Crystal Palace early on. That was also one of the games that he threw away and which caught on my nerve. So yeah, so if you see this record on paper, then it doesn't look bad at all. It looks like a good record for a new manager and does not deserve sacking. But if you actually watch the games, then you'll know what I'm saying. If you actually watch the games, then you'll know that Arne Slot totally deserved to be sacked. But also, he deserves to be thanked for all that he has done for Liverpool. And I wish him all the luck. I wish him good luck, because I believe that he's a good coach. The Liverpool job just came too early for him in his career. It wasn't at this point that he should have been a Liverpool manager. He needed to go to another mid-level club right now, like AC Milan or something. I think he's linked with AC Milan job, and I think it would be a good appointment to give him that job if he ends up getting it. So now for Liverpool, I'm excited for Andoni Iraola, because he plays that high pressing, gegen-pressing football, and Xabi Alonso is a mess. I think our directors didn't want Xabi Alonso, and that is precisely the reason that they held out and stalled the sacking of Arne Slot, so that the fan base doesn't pressurize them into getting Xabi Alonso. And as soon as Xabi Alonso went to Chelsea, they held this review meeting and decided to sack Arne Slot. So yeah, and we also came to know that all the journalists don't really know anything, because all of them were saying that Arne Slot is 100% safe. He is going to lead Liverpool into the next season. but in the end it turned out to be the opposite. So yes, we should learn to take all the news with a pinch of salt. And also, Arne Slot, thank you so much for the title number 20 and all that you have given to Liverpool, and I wish you all the luck. And once again, I'm sorry for all that I've said to you. I can't take those words back, but I'm sorry, man.